For today's Cyber CEO episode,
it's been fantastic. It really has changed the entire trajectory of how I run my business. I have gone from feeling like I was working solo from sun up to sundown, constantly trying to remember if I was, doing this or doing that or what was next. And, having the help of my Cyberbacker, 𝗙𝗵𝗶, has just been a total game changer for me in my business life and my personal life.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Heather, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
All right, that's good to know. And first off, we'd like to thank you for your time. You have a lot of things to do. I know that. And of course, really appreciate you being here. Now, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners, just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe we can start with, what's your role in the business, Heather?
So I am a realtor in Northern California.
Realtor. How long have you been in the real estate world?
I've been in the business for a couple of years.
Couple of years now. Gotcha. Now, how about working with someone virtual, just like what you're doing now with your Cyberbacker? Is this your first time doing it?
This is my first time using a Cyberbacker. It's my first time with any assistant in any regard. And thus far, it's been great.
All right, that's good to know. Now, was it a big change for you? Since you mentioned that this is your first time working with someone who's helping you and, in fact, someone who's virtual.
It's been fantastic. It really has changed the entire trajectory of how I run my business. I have gone from feeling like I was working solo from sun up to sundown, constantly trying to remember if I was, doing this or doing that or what was next. And, having the help of my Cyberbacker, 𝗙𝗵𝗶, has just been a total game changer for me in my business life and my personal life.
There we go. Real game changer in the business and personally. Now, don't worry, we're going to talk more about how she impacted your business. But first off, how did you find out about Cyberbacker anyway?
I found out through another colleague at my brokerage. Okay, and that's through, so I work directly with Keller Williams, and Cyberbacker is not a foreign concept there. And so when I came aboard with that team, it was one of the first things they had mentioned, and I didn't even know it existed, to be completely honest. And as soon as I knew it was an option, we went full swing.
There we go. So word of mouth, somewhat of a referral then is what happened between you and your Cyberbacker. Now, before you got to work with 𝗙𝗵𝗶, you went through our hiring phase. How did that experience go for you? Was it something different?
Yeah, it was different. And it was also really cool. I felt like you guys were really able to take a process that could have been very drawn out and compacted it into a reasonable amount of time, where I was able to meet different Cyberbackers and have these sort of, kind of like speed dating, but speed Cyberbackering. And it was just this really cool way of a quick introduction, asking some questions that I felt were pertinent to how I needed help, specifically in my business, and seeing what experience they had in that regard. And so we were really able to go through a good group of people and then really narrow it down to what I felt would be ideal for me. And I feel like that process, it took, less than a month between picking and then training. So it was great.
All right, really quick then. And also, do you still remember how many people you interviewed during that rapid fire interview phase of Cyberbacker?
I want to say my rapid fire was 8 people. 8 people. Gotcha. Give or take a couple, but I'm pretty sure it was 8.
All right. Now, how did you make the decisions? Out of that 8 Cyberbackers, those 8 Cyberbackers, you went with 𝗙𝗵𝗶. Why? Tell me.
Well, out of all 8, everyone seemed great. So it was not an easy decision to make, really. But Phoebe and I really connected in the sense that she seemed capable of prioritizing what I needed done during the time of day I needed it done. I knew she had other things going on in her life, like school and whatnot, but it wasn't going to impact what I needed from her. And she also had other background skills that seemed to vibe well with what I needed from an admin perspective.
Okay. So really, you've felt the match with Phoebe then, right then and there.
I did.
All right.
Yes.
Now, let's talk more about Phoebe then, mainly about the
Sure.
tasks. So what are the tasks that you leverage off to her every day so you can focus on the business?
So every day, you know, without it being said, Phoebe knows to go through email, prioritize those emails, put them in specific folders depending on what escrows I happen to be in at that time. And I'm kind of flagging ones that might be more important than another. And often she'll just even send me a quick text message to make sure that I have seen something that looks to be important.
Yeah.
She also adds each day to my social media content calendar. So I'm not having to create my own social media content at this point. When I am actively in escrow, there's always a timeline that we have to follow to make sure documents are coming in and going out in an appropriate manner and on a schedule.
Yeah.
And so each day she knows which things are coming in and which things are going out, and communicating those things with the other agent and clients that we are in contract with.
So basically, she has her hands in a lot of things in your business, and am I right?
She does. She does. Yeah.
I forgot to ask, how long have you been working with your cyberbacker, Phoebe?
I want to say it's been about, 4 months, 5 months, maybe.
So we can both agree that's still a fairly new partnership, though, right?
Yes. Yeah. Fairly new, but a seamless transition. She is an absolute delight to work with. I know that not all the things that I needed her for were something that she had already been trained to do. And so there was a learning curve there. And she has just taken it as an opportunity versus a challenge. And she's handled situations in my business better than I probably have. So she is priceless to me.
Priceless, just a rock star then, something like that.
She is a rock star. Yeah. She's great.
Now, it already seems to me that you've already created a strong bond with Phoebe, your cyberbacker. And I know it's only been a few months. So what I'd like to know is, how did this become a successful partnership between the both of you? Because this is a partnership. It has to go both ways, your end and your cyberbacker's end. So on your end, what did you do to make sure that this is a successful partnership, Heather?
I think for the both of us to make sure this has been successful has just required a really raw communication. When something is on a timeline for me, it really is like time is of the essence. And so she has been really good about being available when I need to communicate something to her. And if something has come up or there's an expectation I have, I've just made it very clear from the get-go, these are my expectations. If something comes up, I need you to go to your team. And then if you can't solve that through that avenue, then come to me. And so that's been a good system for us to kind of navigate what's new to her and what's new to me with having someone to help me.
There we go. So really, both of you working on the partnership. And one of the key factors is what you meant is really the communication between the both of you and setting proper expectations, right?
Yeah, I think communication and expectations has been key. And it was really great because I learned in the very beginning that, I could not assume what had been trained or taught or expected of her. And in no way did she ever make it seem like I was being like bossy or I need you to do this, this, and this. It really just was as simple as, these are all the things that are part of my business. These are all the things I need you to get trained on. These are all the things I need help with. And it was just received really well. And so that made it very easy. I never felt like, and nor to this day do I feel like I am like a boss figure or like telling her what to do. It's always like, what are we doing together to make this business work?
I think that's a good way to think about it because it's a partnership, not just a boss and someone who's type of relationship. It's a partnership, right?
Right. And I would never in a million years say that she is under me or beneath me in any aspect. She is side by side. She is a team member to me. I value her immensely.
Gosh, right there. Perfect mentality right there, especially when working with someone, especially someone who's virtual, I mean.
Absolutely.
There we go. Now, we are very, very excited to see where this partnership grows to, of course, for the next couple of months. And again, Heather, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking to you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.